Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis on May 15th, and normally when I do my videos I want to do like one topic at a time and do like kind of a bite-sized chunk. Instead today I've got two unrelated topics. One of them will be the Cyrtopodium saintlegerianum seed that I've just collected. It's kind of an interesting story since I accidentally harvest a bulb from an unripened pod about a year ago, I guess, maybe 10 months ago. And Max Flandorfer in Mississippi actually was able to take that pod and produce a bunch of plantlets in flask. What's funny is that his plantlets are kind of already outgrowing the flask, but the pods that I left on the plant, or that remained on the plant, just popped open. So I'm going to show you some orchid seed. And then I have a Cattleya granulosa that I got from Floralia a couple of years ago, and it's blooming for the first time. It's kind of a wonky bloom, but I think it's got great potential, and it smells really good. But let me get the camera around, and I will show both of those to you right now. Alright, so once again, I'm on my outdoor table. I am looking at the seed, which I've gotten here. I've just got it in here to keep the wind off of it, but you can see that some of the seed has already gotten on the top of this lid, and that it's dust-like. So for many of you out there, you know that orchid seed is incredibly fine and very dust-like. So when the pods open, what you want to do is, if you're not able to be there and catch it, put a tea bag around it, and that'll help the seed get caught and not blow away, since these seeds, as you can see, are just tiny, and any little tiny burst of wind will blow them away. But I pollinated these two saintlegerianum flowers. I selfed them. Actually, no, I didn't. I crossed them, a yellow by a red. And I don't even know. I'll have to put the date up here. I'll have to look it up and see when it was that I actually selfed these, or excuse me, crossed these. And it took well over a year for these pods to pop open. And I don't know if you can see, but there's just seed dumping out of here. And then you can see how much seed is, I mean, there's millions in there, right? Just absolutely millions. It's insane. And so I'm going to take this bag here and just put it here for a moment. Actually, if you can see the side, you can see how much is in there. Just millions and millions and millions. Let's see if I can get some to dump out for you here on camera. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So you can see the seed pod sort of dries up and just starts dumping all these seeds in the wild. Any little breeze or wind would take all of these seeds and just scatter them across the countryside, really, until they find a new home. You know, most of these are not going to land in a good spot for them, but the few that do land in a good spot will take hold and start growing. Alright, check this out. See the seeds just dumping out. You can see it all just kind of hangs on in there, and there's still probably hundreds of thousands or even millions of seeds left in here still. As you can imagine, I don't need all of this. And so what I'm going to do is take these bags and send them out to be flasked. I'm actually going to send these to... I'm going to send some of these to a friend in another country who doesn't get to see Cyrtopodium very often. And this person has told me how to send these abroad or actually they will send me instructions about how to send these abroad. And then I will send the rest to Troy Meyer's laboratory here in the United States, so that everybody watching this can have some of these saintlegerianum all for themselves. And also of note, as you see, I'm putting these in a plastic box. Plastic is not what you want to do for seed storage. So I will have this lid kind of not quite on, but just enough to protect it from a breeze inside the house. And then I'll use envelopes to send these out so that they can be flasked. I'm going to close it right now in case a breeze comes up. And they'll be available in the United States and then in other countries soon. And so that's that. Let's take a look at this granulosa. It's right over here. Alright, so here's the granulosa. Here's its name. I got this from Floralia in 2021. And I don't have a table handily available right now, but which is why I'm just filming this on my grass. But you can see, well, you can see a couple things. Alright, so the shape is terrible, but this is a first bloom, so the first bloom of many orchids, especially Cattleya, seem to be odd. And it's sort of been frozen in this weird position for a couple days now, so I don't think that's I don't think it's going to open up any more than it is. But the coloration is really nice. It's got the nice, some of the granulosas that you like to see have that sort of veining and feathering there. But check out that lip. I mean, that's just great. So, you know, the background of the flowers in general is this sort of chartreuse, I guess, with some flushing and some veins there on the petals. And then the lip just pops out in this huge long isthmus with this intensely magenta sort of mid-lobe there, and nice picoty margin around the sides of the lip there, so that sort of white ruffling. And of course the plastic, or the lip itself, is very, very plastic-like and just super powerfully fragrant. Absolutely just fills the whole house with scent. I absolutely love it. And they're big flowers. Let me put this down and compare it against my hand here. So this is not quite hand size, but it's pretty darn big. You know, it stretches out across a significant portion of my hand, and then as this plant gets larger, of course, it'll have more and more blooms on a single inflorescence. You kind of see some stripes there in the back of the throat, all the way up the column, guiding those bees into the pollination. But that's all I really wanted to show you today. So, like I said, 2 different topics, both of interest, but probably not enough to make an entire video about. So let me know if there's anything else that you want to see, and you have a great weekend.